But
If you like, let me know, and then I'll do the sharing, and then we can do
close out of this.
It's like I have better reach on my regular Facebook than the Lost Boy Lounge page because that's just starting out. It's like Facebook's algorithm.
I mean, that shit is popping off though. The Facebook page, Lost Boy Lounge, that's just like 254 likes.
After just 3 videos?
That's
or
good.
2 videos.
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Good job, y'all.
Fuck yeah.
And that's like, but it's also the same amount of like followers. Like we have more followers than we do likes. So it's good that for the followers because then they like if you follow a page that gives you a notification in your like on your bell.
Whereas if you just like you don't get that
exactly.
See all that.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
So it's like all right, cool.
That's what's up.
So we're really reaching for the followers, but we're about to go live, right? Ready, Reed?
Yeah. Well, yes. Just let me know when we're on, and I can get to share it, and we can run it. You guys ready? Candy, yeah. Are we live?
We're live.
Wow, nigga, thank you for telling me.
All right.
Welcome to the Lost Boy Lounge. It's your boy Reeves.
Tanner.
We're in the lounge today with Dia and Saint.
Hello.
Yo.
You know, we're going to be talking to them a little bit about what they got coming up, events-wise, music-wise, life-wise. So yeah, let's just hop right into this, man. Why don't you guys tell our viewers, you know, a little bit about yourselves, a little bit about your history. Pretend like they don't know your name, even though your name rings bells in this city.
That's what's up. Yeah, we're D and Saint. We are artists. We do everything from spitting, rapping. We're in a band. We own a video production company too, so we like filming music videos, short films, anything we can point our camera at.
Yep, curation, event direction, just like if we could put an art stamp on it and it aligns with our frequency, we're about that action.
That's
good.
Good. Yeah, I've actually seen some of the video work that you guys have been doing and stuff like that. It looks pretty dope.
Thank you, dude. Thank you very much.
That was awesome. I didn't know you guys did video work. You said something about short films or like movies or something like that? Because I was curious about that.
I didn't know that either until recently, and then I saw like some, like, you know, they were promoting. I think you guys might have been casting, like looking for people to be a part of.
Yeah, we were doing a video for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
For 2, we did a music video recently for Chirp, and then another music video.
What was the video before 2? There was like a short film or something.
That of us?
Yeah.
That was at Lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Lost HQ.
Yeah, that's Lost HQ.
What is Lost? Explain that.
Lost Creations.
All right, so Lost Creations is a local St. Pete company, but essentially they do immersive stage builds for all kinds of electronic festivals around the country. Okay. So if we think in Florida, that's like Okeechobee, Ultra.
Did they do something with? Did iBombs do some stuff there?
Yes.
Because I saw like iBombs did like this cool, like there was like this like garden looking like shit going on.
Yeah, a
like,
lighthouse, a crazy pyramid and tower.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's all at the Lost HQ.
It's like all immersive experience based.
So are you Lost Creations, or is it Lost Creations or Lost HQ?
So Lost Creations is the name of the company.
Okay.
Lost HQ is the name of the headquarters.
And you guys just work with them, or are you partnered with them, or what's?
Yeah, we're partnering with them.
Okay.
Yep, to bring this all to fruition.
For Lost in St. Pete.
Okay.
Yeah,
oh,
for Lost
so
in St. Pete.
You're
Exactly.
partnering with them for the Lost in St.
Yep.
Pete.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
We're definitely going to get into about Lost in St. Pete. I don't want that to be a huge chunk of this, but we do want to find out more about you guys, and your artistry.
Yeah.
So I got my little handy dandy flashcards. If you don't know, now you know.
They're
They're orange. It's my favorite color.
It's
You know.
hotter and hotter.
Every
From
time.
white to orange, and then the next ones are probably going to be red.
With logos.
And then
but,
we might see black ones.
Yeah, you never know. I'm gonna start matching them with my fits. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, you should have had black today, man.
Yeah. So my first question for you guys, either one of you can answer, you both can answer, it's fine with me. What are some of your musical influences?
All right. Let me see. I really love Lauryn Hill, obviously. That was like one of my first albums was the Fuji's album, The Score. That I was like memorizing that in my room when I was a little girl. And my mom didn't know I had the CD. And then I really loved Alanis Morissette.
Okay.
So those were like my initial vibes. And then like I graduated in a lot of like in the punk rock scene. We used to have a pretty vivid punk rock scene here in St. Pete.
We did.
Like Casualties would come here a
Peace,
lot.
but not
Leftover
rest in peace
Crack.
because we're about to bring it back.
Exactly. So like that was high school. High school was like my super rebellious, like run away, take the bus downtown energy.
I missed that on that segment because I didn't go to high school in St. Pete, so I didn't know anything about that, or just came here late. What about you? What are some of your musical
coming up, a lot of Southern rap, so we're looking at like Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. Luda.
Oh yeah.
Love Missy, love Timbaland.
Well, you're the first person that brought up Luda in a minute.
Bro,
I love Luda.
His charisma, that's what got me.
Yeah.
Just the commitment to whatever he was gonna say, and he could say the most wild things.
Yeah.
I love Luda, Lupe Fiasco. And then my taste towards high school started graduating a little bit more towards rock. So a lot of new metal caught my attention, with like System of a Down.
Yes.
Really love My Chemical Romance, just the melodies, the emotions. You know what I mean? I love the emo stuff, and then eventually started liking some heavier music as well.
We love new metal.
Yeah.
We're pro new metal, and we get clowned a lot for that. But
all right? So I know metal and like melodic metal. What exactly is new metal?
Yeah, let's get into this. Give me a second, because dude, there's so like I hear people say like, I'll play some shit. And they're like, yeah, but that's not like metal, Hold on, there's like, I feel like there's grades to this shit now, and I'm not informed about any of these grades. I just know fucking like hardcore and like I have an idea of what metal kind of is, but when I think of metal, I think of like Metallica, or like something like that. You know what I mean?
So number one, we absolutely do not believe in genres. We think you should just make music how you feel.
Awesome.
We've definitely graduated past genres with like the gift of the internet. Like,
you don't
have to go to the CD section and be like rock,
Yeah, where they tell you what kind of music that you make.
I feel like it's getting
you're gonna hate my
more of a
next
job
question,
for.
But like new metal examples, System of a Down. We got like System of a Down. We got. Limp Bizkit.
Okay. So I love new metal. Then I'm a huge new metal head.
Korn, some new metal-esque.
Yeah, I like that. So, all right, well, you gotta hate this question, but if someone asks you what kind of music you make, what would you classify it as?
If you had to.
If you had to. You have to right now.
It's like positive hustle music. You know what I mean? Like heavy, positive hustle music. So, like, although we make heavy sounds, a lot of it is ingrained in, like, rising above any sort of constraints that would try to hold you back in life. So, generally, it's like the kind of shit that you can kick on in the morning before you have to start your day, or if you're dealing with some sort of adversity, it can kind of pump you up to maybe push back a little bit.
Okay.
And art as a whole, music is art. So like we like to just say we're artists because the classification of like musician versus artist, like, and while music is like the most consumed art form on the entire planet, like all day, every day, and like, but it's not valued equivalently sometimes as some of the visual art representation or videography, etc. Like music is the essence. So it's just, we're artists. It's just art.
I feel that's how it is with me too. People are always like, Tanner, what kind of music do you make? And I'm like, the only answer I have for you is all kinds of shit.
That's not enough for most people.
What do you like? Like, I can send you like some acoustic shit. I can send you some rap shit. I can send you some funk shit. I can send you some country shit. What do you want? Like,
that's why they come out like shurikens, man. They're like, Chinese throws. I'm gonna start sticking them into the wall every time. Alright, so we got that. Get a little bit personal before we get back into the music stuff. But how did you two meet? Like, who pursued who?
Wait. I feel like that's a loaded question. Pursued in terms of romance and music?
Well, is that how it started, with music?
It started with music. It started with music and friendship.
Like, what? How long ago was this?
Hold on.
Like 8
Let me think, because like, I remember booking you.
Yeah.
Right? And you guys weren't together at that time, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So when I booked, by the way, do you remember that? Do you remember what we did?
Like Sunshine Spitters and...
No, like for the competition.
Oh, bro,
You
yeah.
remember going in the alley
Yes.
And grabbing that big ass box.
Yes.
And like bringing it
Yeah,
on
the stage box over to the 662.
We're like, no, your set's gonna be different from everyone else.
Yes.
And we like grabbed this big ass box,
Yeah.
right? And we're like, all right, yeah, cut the light. I'm gonna get him to cut the lights. And I like made this like sound guy like cut the lights for Josh's set. And like we brought up this big ass box. So when they turned back on the lights, Josh was just like 5 feet taller than anyone else on stage, and he's like stomping on the box. And we don't even know if it's sturdy or not.
No.
That sounds about right.
But Josh is just like stomping and it's making this loud like thump, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? But that was the coolest fucking moment ever. Like,
It was dope, dude.
I'll never forget that.
It was dope. No, you've always been showing love.
But
when I was a solo
that
artist.
was like the start of our friendship right there.
Mhm.
But yeah, you didn't know her at the time.
Right.
So when did you meet? Her?
So
When
we clicked.
I feel bad that you keep hitting that.
Oh, it's cool. Hey, and shout out to the homie.
Yeah, shout out to the
homie.
So,
Yeah.
So we clicked through DLS, Dunedin Lyricist Society.
Okay.
So it's like a hip hop improv workshop for MCs to sharpen their skills. So
they have things like this.
yeah,
with the
I
homie
believe
John Diddy.
So
okay.
that was when they're pretty strict. Aren't they strict about doing like freestyle only? Up
Yeah.
there?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no written.
Yeah, no writtens.
Yeah, that's interesting. That makes me uncomfortable because I'm like, I can't. 'Cause I'm a writer, you know what I mean?
But you can, because like they would do things to like
Right.
different
Break the
games,
ice.
right? So you'd have words
Yeah.
on the screen, things like that. But
Yeah.
we met there. We ended up clicking into like a rap crew, so we did that for a bit, and then decided that we wanted to diverge from that and experiment with different kinds of art and music.
Okay, so was it you doing the pursuing, or was it like a mutual meeting of the minds and souls?
Oh, it was all mutual. There was
Come on now.
there was no peer pressure. It was all mutual.
No, it was mutual.
It was very mutual.
We knew we went together. That's
Yeah. How long have you guys been together now?
all. We're coming up on 8 years.
8 years.
Married
That's-
for going on.
Married for 4.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah.
Oh, it's love.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Oh my
You
god.
blushing? I can see you.
Oh yeah. Yes. All right. So let's go back into these next one. Questions. What age did you know you wanted to be an artist? What age did you fall in love with music and want to create it? When did you know that?
You want me to go first?
Sure.
Let's start rock paper and scissors. And who goes first? Like that.
I would say I always did like talent shows in elementary school, and that was fun. And then one time we were like at some weird festival in like John's Pass, and I just really wanted to sing Alanis Morissette really bad, and it was the song You Oughta Know, and I was like a little ass girl. And the guy was like, you can't say that one word, right? And I was like, I got you, bro. I'm not allowed to say that at home either,
Wait, what's that one word?
It's like, and now you're thinking of me when you heard,
Oh.
I was like a little
First off, we can say whatever we want. All right.
But yeah, and then I got the microphone, and somehow my mom finagled it, and I got to like kind of perform when I was a little girl, and then I was in like some bands and stuff when I was in high school, and then I fell off a little bit, and then started rapping again and singing and doing all the stuff.
That's awesome. What about you, Saint?
It has been a steady journey since middle school. In middle school, I clicked up with some of my best friends, my homie Blaze and my homie Antonio. We had formed this crew called Delinquents. And this was back when like White Tea was coming out with like them franchise boys. Then you had the offshoots and Pink Tea was coming out, right?
Yeah,
so
they had
we were doing all the teas and, you know what I mean, just had all of our gimmicks. We had like teddy bears that we would deck out with bling. We're in middle school rapping, you know what I mean, just like really trying to like push the limits of like what trends we could set. And then we started seeing guys like Soulja Boy like really push that as well too. So that was really cool. And then into high school, that was consistent. We used to do freestyle Fridays, rap battles.
That's how it started with Mike Mass. High school freestyle Fridays.
Absolutely, man. That really sharpened the skills. And then, through rap and then finding some more passion into, punk and hardcore. And that's where we cross-pollinated a lot, is not wanting to stick to any specific genre. We wanted to kind of push some limits. So
that's awesome. Kind of put your hands in everything, want all the pies. You know what I mean? I like that. I respect
Freedom,
that.
man.
No rules,
Freedom.
no rules in expression.
Yeah, there's nothing
Who
like
would you
it.
say is the most competitive between you two?
Ooh, that's hard. Like, in what regard?
just in any regard.
Like
my next question has to do with the writing, but who do you think is the most competitive?
I think honestly we work a lot together towards insane goals. So like the competition doesn't come like between each other. It's like the grind towards hitting somewhere.
Up against whatever that mountain is, whatever it is.
So do y'all ever run into bumps with each other? What do you do to like? What do you guys do to like break that up? Because you guys are strong.
Yeah, you guys are like
to be real,
poster children.
To be really, really real, prayer, dude.
Yeah,
prayer. You know what I mean? Having some time to like kind of root back into our spirits, into our
so
bodies.
that goes into I have a question for them. I wanted to know, like, when did you, like, for each of you, when did you guys really tap into your spiritual side? Because I know that you both have kind of like a spiritual side. I don't know if, we want to label it spiritual or what, but yeah.
Ooh, that's a hard.
When did you start like really like?
They were an NBC Tanner with the question.
Yeah.
And what what does that entail for you guys, like as far as spirituality goes?
I mean, I think it's definitely for me personally. I'll speak for myself. It's just acknowledging that I believe that I'm put here for a purpose. That I was created to be able to do a lot of good on this planet, to be able to help people. So that's kind of first and foremost is. That every day that I'm given is a gift. Mm-hmm. So, when I wake up in the morning, that's kind of where I'm at. And, just divining with my creator and, finding some gratitude that roots me back into my present moment. I think that it's really easy with so many distractions in life to, you're always concerned about what's in front of you or what you did or should have did better in the past. So, my spiritual practice is just really kind of trying to get back to now,
knowing that you're here for a reason.
And the more that I'm rooted into that, I'm able to show up at my best for other people, show up better for my wife, for my son.
Do you have a favorite crystal or anything?
I love hematite, dude.
Hematite?
It's something I like to keep on me.
That's cool.
Just try keeps the BS off of you.
That's cool. I always have a few rings that should give me hematite stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So what about you, Dia?
Okay. I feel like I tapped in like in my early 20s. I disassociated a lot in my childhood and my teenage years because of a lot of like trauma stuff. So I didn't really feel like present in my like body and my power till I got in my 20s and I started like living on my own and finding my own energy, my own frequency, not being in a chaotic environment, stuff like that. It made me realize that there's like source and like God loves me, which was something that I struggled with for a long time, thinking like a why me thing, which is ego, But definitely like my relationship with Josh like helps my faith a lot, and healing like some stuff. But being able to like pray on things and just like take the time to just absorb it and not be reactionary helps so much. So that's.
What about you? Favorite crystal? You got one?
Yeah, I would say absolutely my favorite crystal, citrine.
Citrine?
Yeah, money, man. Citrine's money.
Money. Jade is also really good for money, too. You put some jade in your wallet, it's really good.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up.
Oh wait, I do have it. Never mind.
I will say it's a journey.
What about you, Reeves? You got a favorite crystal, bro?
I like, is Jasper a crystal?
Yeah.
Crystal?
Yeah.
And
there's lots of them.
There's a lot of different kinds of
Jasper. I have like one of my first wire wrap necklaces or pendants was Jasper. It was gifted to me by somebody that I'm not longer friends with. But I think out of most of half of anything is Jasper.
Cool.
Like, I don't know, different properties of it or anything like that, but
you're called to it.
I'm called to it.
And we got John Mox in the chat. He says, "What up, Dia? What up, Saint?"
Adam Bomb. Oh wow! Yeah, so he knows. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite Saint songs.
We actually listened to that on the way home from work today. We were like, let's pull this up.
That's dope.
We listened to 11:11 and then we listened to Atom Bomb.
That's love. That's
like,
love, dude.
Oh shit! I didn't realize how long Atom Bomb was. There's like 3 verses in Atom Bomb.
3 full verses. We were out there for an entire day filming that.
Yeah. And night.
Yes, and night. Yo, remember climbing up on top of that huge dirt mound in that construction?
Yeah, which
area?
is now Gandhi Boulevard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, it's tight.
That's crazy. Y'all didn't like put your what do they call feet print in the soil like before things get made. That's
Yeah,
good.
we are.
You left your footprint. That's what I was
We're in that
saying.
bridge.
So I got another question. What's your creative process like when it comes to creating a song? Like, where do you start? Do one of you take the lead? Do you kind of do it together? How do you cook up the magic?
It depends. Like,
it varies.
she and I are very similar. I think inspiration hits artists differently, but for she and I, we both hear words or see pictures in our minds that help us pull songs out of the ether.
Yes.
Okay.
So
You
she'll
feel
be like,
like
"Oh, I
help
hear
you?"
words in this. Okay, bet." So we can kind of work with those concepts and try to make something.
Yeah, it's I'm Gemini, so like I get lots of like ideas, but like my follow through would be really weak without saying Sag over here. So like sometimes we'll like listen to stuff and I'll have like this is like this kind of vibe and this kind of thing, and then he's like, let's write it. He's the one that like makes us sit down and do it.
What's the structure?
Yeah, which I appreciate because they're good ideas. I just have a lot of them going on all the time.
Yeah, it's like her genius is like a roaring fire, I feel like. So sometimes we have to hone that into that laser so we can get it to where it needs to be.
That's pretty awesome. I can see him just like with the ideas, just like
Yeah.
putting them together.
Yeah.
That is super awesome. I was like, your guys' vibe together is so ill, like in a good way. I say that. It's like, I can't find a better way to say that. Yes. Another question for you guys, and Tanner, you probably weigh on this too because you were also a parent. But being parents, how do you balance your time between music and caring for a child and other life responsibilities?
That's a great question. A lot of it is just transparency. So our son knows our grind, our hustle intimately. We talk to him about our music, our hopes, our dreams. He has input at times. He knows a bunch of our lyrics. He's also an artist himself, so I think that it's inspiring for him to see artists in their climate going hard for what it is that they want.
Yeah, and we're like constantly schooling him on how not to get taken advantage of. We're like, listen, man, you're gonna trademark stuff, you're gonna copyright it. You put your little watermark right here.
Yeah.
We're gonna sell it on a website.
Sign everything.
Yeah.
Read before you sign.
Yeah. We just really honest, and we have a good. Because I'm a bonus mom, so we have a good relationship with Elijah's biological mom and co-parenting, and she's super supportive of us, and we all get along, and
That's awesome.
and it takes time to get to that type of a level, but
it's not an overnight thing.
we're like super just grateful, and we'll just get along
awesome.
as best as we can for him.
It's like a 1,000-piece puzzle just put together, and there's like no missing pieces. That's like, it's great. I love that.
Yeah.
So tell me about your very first live performance. Where was it? Either together or solo. We can do both, solo and together. Where was it? Were you nervous? Like,
all right,
walk me through that.
So my first live performance was at Club 112 in Tampa. I was probably sophomore year in high school, and I was in a rap crew called True Soldiers.
How do you spell true?
TRU, like the sky. Truth, respect, unity.
True.
Yeah. So we had a crew. Our manager at the time had booked us for a show, and we didn't know until we got there that it was a competition. So I think we had 5 members at the time. A few of them were bilingual, so they would rap in Spanish and stuff. But we got up there, we crushed it. It was our first show ever, all 5 of us. And it came down to a draw, I believe, between us and another group. And I had to rap battle like their lead MC for the other one for like the title, and we won it. We won an interview. We won some studio time, like legit, because we were just doing like a webcam with a sock on it, and then we would cut the video.
I've been there.
We just cut the video. Shout out to my homie Blaze. He was like, really, really doing that to make sure that we could at least, be producing out of his crib. But that was the first one, man, and I'll never forget it. It was awesome.
That was awesome. You said Club 112. Does that still exist in Tampa?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm like, that's where I grew up at. I don't think I know Club 112.
Yeah, I was definitely too young to be in there.
What about you, Dia? Your first? Well, you said you were doing talent shows and singing
Well,
at festivals and things like that.
Let me see. But like my first thing, like taking it serious, like actually like being like I'm gonna do Dia, like I'm gonna do this. I would say that my first performance that I would count would be the one that you booked me for at Billy D's.
Oh, yeah.
In Clearwater.
Yeah, on the beach.
Yeah, and I was just like, on the floor next to a pool table, and I was so nervous, and I like didn't move the whole, like I spit every bar hard as fuck, but I did not move the entire time. I just stood in one spot like this.
I'm pretty sure you had that ill banana sweater on.
I had a banana sweater on, yeah, and I learned a lot, obviously.
So what about your first show together?
So we rocked in that crew for some time, and then I would say like our first big show together came through the homie Mark Etherington, Mountain Holler. We had like officially, we're Dean Saint. We had Tysonius Mink producing, playing bass guitar. Stephen Handel, who at the time was also in Set and Setting, was playing drums. And it was our first opportunity in like a mixed genre show at Foo Bar. So there was like a bunch of bands that were not hip hop. We were the only like...
We were the only one.
Kind of like hip hop rock act. And we were like, this is something. You know what I mean? There's a market for this kind of expression for us.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Did you have something? Because you look like a little light bulb popped on right
No,
now.
I just
You said Foo Bar, and I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
man. I got a question about that too. But
I miss Foo Bar so much.
I do. So since you've done all of these, which do you prefer? Attending events, performing at events, or curating events?
Ooh.
Damn. I mean, I like all three. Dang, that's a hard thing. Okay, hold on.
I'm gonna get one of the buttons. It's like, damn, son.
Yeah.
I mean, cause I love to perform so much. But I like curating too because I enjoy just the art of bringing humans together to create something. So I don't know. That's a hard one. I'm torn between those two.
Yes, I would have to say curating because innately we also get to experience it as an audience. So I would say that because you get both sides. It's a win-win, and there's something to, I think, being able to take the experience that we have as artists and then put it in with the business side of things to help provide the best experience that we can for people, and give people a shot. People need an opportunity to cut their teeth and to express themselves, to have a safe space for, their creativity. So being able to do that is immensely fulfilling.
That's awesome. Do you feel like there's less opportunities now for artists in the area now with all the venues closed? Well, that's not answering one damn question.
Honestly, man, it's all about your hustle. It's all about your drive. I do think there is less, opportunities.
I mean, the COVID could be
as far as like the feeling of what it was back then. But now there's like a different like vibe, and it's all about how you adapt. Because it's up to you to bring that vibe that you used to play at these places.
Yes.
It's really up to you to bring that vibe into these other establishments and really show them like, yo, we're here. And we're here to fuck shit up. Like
that's literally the ethos of like what we're doing is like you can persevere. You just got to be creative.
Adapt to this shit.
I think what I notice now,
you just got to be creative.
Music wise in St. Pete and Tampa is like, but back for me. 2015 to 2019 before COVID, I was opening up for people. I was doing touring shows, you know what I mean? Now I see local artists putting on their own shows. It's not touring artists coming in, it's local acts like Tampa, like what is Mike Mass, what are they called? I can't remember. Wave Theory. Jesus, how did I forget that? Wave Theory has Tuesday nights. They have different events they put on the weekends. It's a lot. And before it was just like, I know Tanner was doing his Sunshine Spitters and there's a few things here and there, but it looks more like it's a local like hub. Like it's just like everybody's murmuring, making noise here and there, and it's a lot of unity I'm seeing. There's some separation as well, which brings me to another question in my head. How do you feel about people rapping over vocals?
All right, so
hold on.
I wasn't gonna ask this.
Okay, hold on.
Because I saw a recent podcast, on Instagram, and I saw like some comments between Psych and Yism,
Yeah.
And I just wish like that question never existed. I'm gonna be real with you. Like I hate that question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I know you just asked it, so like I'm not saying like you, but like, oh man, just like the drama behind that question is just like
you're not a real
why,
MC.
like
So,
why?
oh,
You know what I mean? But go ahead and answer it. I'm sorry for bringing that up.
Yeah,
but,
okay.
But like, man, it's just like to put other people on blast like that. It's like teach them the right way. You know what I mean? Like construct them in the right way. Don't throw them like in the dirt and step on them. You know what I mean?
I think both can be done well. And it's all about the mix and the type of music. And like, do I prefer when someone is like, they're raw, like from their solar plex, like I'm hearing you spit? Hell yeah, I enjoy that. It connects. But sometimes I do understand, there's different forms of entertainment.
Yeah.
And it's all subjective.
Yeah, as a lyricist myself, my preference is to hear you in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for that authenticity. And I think sometimes having a recorded moment that happened at a different time period can create a cloud and a division between me as the listener and you as the creator.
And the connection.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and then you factor in, perhaps poor mic handling. You might be cupping the mic.
Yeah.
It makes it hard to hear the lyrics.
Yeah.
I want to hear what you're saying. What are you trying to tell me? I want to believe you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But not everybody in the audience wants that. Some people just want to turn up.
Right. So I can only speak for myself in terms of what,
Yeah.
as an audience member, when I'm going and I need to, maybe leave my body for a second and feel some music. That's what I'm looking for. I want to, if you're playing guitar, I want to hear you play your guitar. I don't want to hear you with an overdub on your guitar. I don't want to hear you play your drums over the drums that you track.
Unless you're live looping it, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
live
yeah,
looping
okay,
is,
yeah.
is a different thing. I think that's what I prefer to hear, and I think it can translate really well if you can execute it well, man.
Yeah, you gotta
to be
come
in the
correctly
pocket.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's up to us as artists to reach out to those people who are doing it incorrectly and inspire them and teach them, or just construct them in a way that's like, hey, maybe try this.
Maybe fix that mix, or don't cup the mic, or
And I also realized this too, that finances does play into it. If you're not producing your own music, you don't have all of the stems and the files and stuff. I mean, I've been in positions where, for years, that's just what I had to do. But I did make sure that, at least I could project over those vocals, and, through stage presence, you can bring enough energy to compensate for that.
That's true.
So, I don't want to knock anybody who just, that's what they have to do,
Sometimes all you got is that one flash drive.
I think
And you don't want to lose. If you lose that flash drive...
So what about you, Reeves?
Well, I was going to say, let's say I've done 100 shows, which I think I've done more than that, but I think out of all of those 100 shows, only one of those shows I've ever had a show that I had show files. All the other shows I've done I've had actual songs. I haven't had the opportunity to have show files. Like, either my music has been deleted. Mm-hmm. I didn't look at you to look at you. Either my music has been deleted and I have
I smell smoke.
Either he knows about deleted music too. So
I do.
Losing fucking life, man,
That's
it
a lot.
hurts. But either you don't have the access to that. So when you said that resonated with me, because I didn't have the access to certain things, but I made it work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think the first show I got, even because this interview was not about me, was the first big show I got was opening up for Puya, Ramirez, Germ at State Theater.
Yeah.
Which was fucking crazy. And it was supposed to be his show. And for life reasons and people, he wasn't able to do the show, so he gave it to me. I showed up, and I destroyed that they had me opening up. I was number one on stage. And it was insane. I rocked that crowd. It was nuts. One of my favorite shows, and because of that show and my presence there, I started getting booked for everything. Everything. Things would pop up at Local 662. I would be booked on that. What's Nick? Nick
Marston?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was just like, hey, I got
Is
such
that
and
how
such.
you say his last name?
That's how I say
It's
it.
been
I
like...
thought it was Martin.
Oh, Lord. Don't hold me
Like-
to it. I'm sorry, Nick.
No, shout out to Nick too. When I had to move abruptly into a house, he gave me his bed. he was like the next door neighbor, and he gave me his bed. It was,
That's pretty dope.
But yeah, no, like I appreciate him. He gave me opportunities. I went on tour with Dead Prez because of Nick Markson.
Dope, dude.
Okay.
Like, that was pretty awesome. And I just remember, like, he connected me to all these people, and I would go up there and do my things, and it would just be, like, so much love. And they're like, oh, we got to bring you back for this, this, and this. And I think one thing that sticks out to me the most, one moment, and I'll shut up about me, is I went to a show, Ski Mask, Slump God.
Yeah.
I went to Ski Mask's show as a fan, just in the crowd, not performing, anything like that. And Ski Mask was late. And it was like, hey, we need somebody to go on stage and like liven up this crowd, rock this crowd. I didn't have a flash drive.
Yeah.
I ran off my fucking phone,
You're like,
bro.
this is my moment.
And it was awesome. Like I basically brought Ski Mask onto the stage. And it was fucking dope, bro.
Dope.
Like
Heck yeah.
it was awesome, and I'm thankful.
You'll never forget that, man.
No, man, the things I've done, I'm on the tail end of it now. But like I love that. It was an amazing time. But speaking about these venues. State Theater, Local 662, Foo Bar. What venue from downtown do you miss and wish you could bring back?
Foo Bar.
Foo Bar all day.
Hands down. Foo Bar.
Yeah, it was like our second home.
Foo Bar.
The second home, man.
Still love Foo
Commercial.
Bar.
Like I love local. I feel like, and I think it's just because I didn't like the stage setup of Foo Bar.
See, but we're like punk rock vibes, man. So we just wanted to like stomp around,
Yeah.
and it be like really tight, and
like
people be
Fetter's right there.
Yeah, we're like, what up,
You know
Fetty?
what I mean?
Wap?
People
Like,
walking right by you when they walk in the bar.
Todd's opening PBRs, like that
Yo,
was just the vibe.
Nothing like
That-
it, man.
We enjoyed that vibe a
There's
lot.
nothing like it.
What is Ringside's gone now? I've never even been inside Ringside or seen Ringside. What did you used to do that's just a terrible symbol to be making. What is it? The battles. We had like Dilligab versus or K South
Oh,
versus.
that wasn't that at Ringside?
That was at Ringside,
That was at
right?
Ringside.
Yeah, okay. Hold on. Dilligaff versus KH was not at Ringside. That was my event at local.
Okay.
The Ringside event was called Dope or Die.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dope or
That was
Die.
between Christian Martinez and
Oh yeah, we were
Sticks.
there.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
had
we
just
were
got back
there.
from Atlanta. I remember
were
And
that.
Christian, he was in the chat. I don't know if Christian's still in the chat. You got fucking murdered. Sorry.
We staying out of this
But
one.
only because you ran out of breath. But yeah, we all got love, you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, if he came more like correctly with those bars and slower and more like it would have been fucking close. But a Coop 6 killed that shit.
Yeah, I wish I was around during this time because I was in Tampa, and it's crazy. Fuck it, I'll keep whatever. Anyways, I wish I was around at this time because I've seen the videos. Like he shows me the videos, and I was like, damn, this is fucking amazing. Tampa didn't have that at that time.
And man,
It's a different energy too.
Mhm.
St. Pete and Tampa have different energies.
From the
When
moment I
you
got to
perform.
St. Pete showed me love. So it was just like, Tanner was,
And, a lot of those places, I didn't really get to speak on it before, but like we're talking about opportunities, and Tanner had mentioned, adapting, and I do agree that it does come down to, somewhat of a survival mentality for sure. If you want to do something, there are ways that you can go about it by thinking outside of the box, but generally, there's a lot of subculture that is suffering because of places like that not being accessible to you're just average, I want to spit, I want to rock with my band, first timer or not, we're kind of missing that. So, I do miss that era of St. Pete. It was very special, man. You could walk out any night. It could be Tuesday, man. It doesn't matter. There would be dope hip hop, dope punk, dope electronic music,
Yeah.
and
You could
just
hop
this
around.
sense of community that was present because it was all so concentrated. There was nothing like it.
Yeah, that was fun.
I remember hearing about like Turbo Tuesdays back in the
Bro,
day.
Turbo
Yeah.
Tuesday was something else.
I feel like it was up and down.
I tried to turn Don't Panic into like a Turbo Tuesday thing. Back when I was performing, they gave me a weekly event at Local 662. That was pretty cool. But it was an EDM event, and they tried to make it like a Turbo Tuesday thing. But that died out because of bullshit. But anyways, back on a somber note or a happy note. Top 5 local artists can be solo or band that you would choose. Top 5. They can be different. They don't have to be the same. Top 5 local. We're not shitting on anybody, but who's your favorite? If
So-
you were booking a show and you only had 5 people to put, and we're gonna get into the loss.
What does local mean?
Well, it doesn't have to be local. Just someone that
Maybe that like isn't like all the way.
established.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna speak. I guess more in terms of a live show.
Okay.
Right? People who I really, really enjoy going to see live. I really enjoy seeing ABR live. I think
Always
that
another one of my
he's
lists.
so
Yeah.
charismatic, and he gets so comfortable on stage that it naturally just brings you into this world, and you know, you just
It's
you,
like
you
water.
have to relax.
It's like water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
You
water,
like
man.
soften.
You see the people that want to
Yeah.
be like this,
It's like
you know,
water.
they loosen up. They might
True.
take a button out, and you know, I really, really like what that brother does. I would also add Queen, almost on like
I mean,
an equal and opposite
everyone
side of
raised their
that
hand for
spectrum.
Queen.
You know what I mean? Just the rawness, like, you know, I really appreciate what she does and what she brings to the table. She really, you know, she does her thing. Wow. Who else do I really like to see? You
Don't
wanna
take my
jump in?
axe. Yeah, don't take all my
No,
axe.
you jump in. Let's.
Yeah, jump in.
We-
Hold on
You
now.
got two, so
Yeah.
Okay, my homegirl Chirp from Atlanta is one of the most phenomenal live artists. Like,
When she sing,
oh, she does everything. She
Yeah.
raps, she sings, she does vocal fries, she metal growls.
Mhm.
Like,
fries.
yeah, dude, she's like,
Okay.
like that really high shit.
Mhm.
Like, it's so raw. It's just like I've seen her do the craziest shit, and I really fuck with it.
Is that where you're from, Atlanta?
No,
Oh, okay.
we like to go to Atlanta to play like shows sometimes, and that's how we met Chirp. And that's
Chirp?
my girl.
All right, yeah, two more.
Two more.
Oh wow! Let's just spitball quick. I love Bangarang.
Love Bangarang,
They've grown
Banger
tremendously
Boys.
as a band,
Yeah, my three.
and Senyo specifically as a frontman has grown tremendously with his vocals. I really want to shout him out.
Great guys.
Jerry X, St. Pete Staple. I really love what she
Jerry
does.
X.
Wow! I love Wolfface. Wolfface is a dope ass punk band. Super fun to see live. Mosquito Teeth shows are fun.
Oh, he's going in. He's going
Yeah, he's
wow.
rolling down.
Eyelid Cinema Crushes.
Yeah.
I enjoy what they do live.
I just played a show with them, actually.
They're really
Super
awesome.
dynamic.
Super dynamic. Yeah.
Pilot Jones.
Pilot Jones. Fuego.
Tommy Phenom, in and out of town.
Tommy Phenom is awesome.
Dude, yeah.
All right.
And Two, I like what Two does. I'm a big fan of Only One Two. I think
Oh, like two.
I
I feel like
Two,
his
too.
hustle is
Impeccable.
impeccable.
Yeah.
And he knows how to work a crowd too and get people really
I've never
engaged.
seen him live.
Well,
You
you
will.
will at the Deuces.
Oh,
You will.
He's headlining the Deuces. Yeah.
Will, man.
We're gonna come into Lost. I've got two more questions before we get into Lost.
Back putting in work.
Looking head cheek.
That song is a certified banger.
We met two when we were recording Voodoo.
Yeah, I've actually filmed a few music videos for Only One
Yeah,
Two.
we
He's
were
awesome.
recording
Yeah.
a 3-day mixtape. We did 5 songs, 3 days, put it out, got it pressed. Freaking awesome reception to it. And that's when Two showed up. Showed us his video he did in Vegas, like on top of fucking sand dunes. I was like, damn, nigga, we're at Egypt. Like, it was like visually, it was amazing.
Impeccable hustle.
Impeccable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Dream artist collaboration, industry artist collaboration. Who'd you want to work with? Band, single person, group?
It is okay. Does it have to be like realistic?
No.
Okay.
It's called a dream.
Run it up. It's
All right.
And you know it could be realistic. What do you mean?
Yeah, facts.
Oof.
Facts.
For me, Rage Against the Machine. I would love to just
wow.
I would love to just run out with a mic and just be like, "Come with it now!" Yeah. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Personally.
That's a great answer, actually.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Dude, that energy. What about you, Sam?
Oh wow.
I'll manifest that one.
Yeah, I think some cool collaborations. I'm just gonna throw a couple. I think horror would be tight. I think that we would crush with horror. I think if we can get what's the homie's name from Korn?
Jonathan Davis?
Yes. Please.
Yeah, we
Yo,
want
because
a feature from Jonathan Davis.
isn't he doing another project
Yeah,
with
man,
Manson?
Korn's still a thing.
You know what I mean
Yeah,
with
no,
Manson?
Korn
I
is
think
still a thing.
I think some OGs
You said with
from
Manson?
Yeah,
Like,
Marilyn Manson.
Jonathan Davis is doing something with Manson?
Yeah, they were doing
yeah.
something together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe so.
That's
I do
awesome.
believe so. So I think that those would be some like cool like
That's
OGs.
I would love to hear that. Like, let's manifest that together. You know what I mean?
And an ode back to Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, like some sort of like crunk, like metal song. If we could get that popping, that would be cool.
Or and Pharrell.
Oh
Because
yeah.
come on, it would be like weird and cool
Yeah.
and awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want like current Pharrell or like NERD Pharrell?
I'll take
Any
any Pharrell.
Yeah.
any Pharrell.
Exactly.
Period.
I love that you both said that.
Yeah, no,
Shit
period.
everywhere.
Tyler too. That would be a crazy
Tyler,
collab.
yeah.
Yo, Tyler's growth has been insane.
I'm just gonna bring it up. Thoughts on Ye?
Yeah,
well,
man.
I mean, it's a loaded question because there's like definitely things in play there, and like with any longevity in a career with being in the spotlight that much, there's gonna be stuff that comes out, you know. And I mean, he's the fucking GOAT.
And I will say this: I really appreciated, with all these polarizing moments with Ye, the documentary.
Yes, because that
I
helped a lot.
appreciated that perspective because. Oh, you haven't seen it
I haven't
yet?
seen it yet.
You gotta
Okay.
see it. It's so inspiring.
It's so inspiring, man. And there's these moments, these milestones where, like, me as, like, young Saint would go, yeah, that probably lined up really easily for him. And you see how much adversity the man had to deal with in order to become,
It was perseverance.
is successful,
Yeah.
or as successful as he wanted to be at the time to achieve his goals.
And it's also
So-
inspiring to see somebody like talk so big, but then it all came true.
So
You
it's
know?
And most
Ye for
people
Ye.
not believing
All right.
him. And
Yeah.
most people not believing him. So.
Yeah, and we like Sunday service because it's a vibe. Like,
Yeah, and it's just in terms of like the controversial stuff, we're not there, we're not present, we don't see what happens when the cameras aren't there, and
there's a lot at play there,
Mhm.
like energetically.
yeah, and it gets clicks.
Yeah, it does. I respect that. So, got two more questions, the big ones at the end. But when can we expect new music or a new project? Are you guys working on anything?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't got to reveal if it's top secret, but
No.
No.
you know,
We're
when-
down to talk about it. So
Yeah.
we are gonna perform at the
Sure.
Lost in St. Pete,
Yes.
and we're gonna perform like six new songs
Mhm.
Oh.
What venue?
at Lost HQ.
Lost HQ Sunday will be opening up for Trash Talk. We'll be on
Okay.
right before them.
Yeah.
So now that we're here, let's talk about Lost in St. Pete. How did this come about? What do you want to let people know about it?
It's
Mm.
like 2 years in the making, first of all. So
Yeah.
like we've been planning this for a hot minute, and then everything COVID and
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of
And
like touch
just-
and go.
like the you know how difficult it was to like throw events for a hot little minute, and like just so it's been like about 2 years in the making of us just like chatting with Tuma, sitting down with Tuma, him being like, I want to do this with you guys, and he's like persistent, like
Mhm.
The first time I met him, he brought up wanting to do a festival and trying to plan it and everything. So it's like it's been present for a
Yes.
long time, and I'm surprised that he like hit me back up. Like it's been 2 years, or since about
Yes.
2 years. Hit me back up like, hey, now,
Yes.
now,
persistent. He's a very
now.
persistent
He's like,
visionary.
I said something
Yes.
to you. I had your number. I saved it. It's now. It's going
Yeah.
down. What venues? What venues that you guys? I say we. What venues?
So
do you
we've
guys
got 7, 8 venues. So we've got first and foremost Deuces Live,
Yep.
Lost HQ.
Yeah.
Deuces Live, historic. If anybody doesn't know, that's one of the areas in South St. Pete where a lot of the blues and jazz musicians, black blues and jazz musicians, were coming up and really making that area happening. So we'll be building out a main stage there. Lost will be building that out. Lost HQ is another location. We have Urban Drinkery also in South St. Pete.
Beautiful place. What did he call it? An oasis.
It was
It's
an
an
oasis.
Oasis.
It is an
Yeah.
oasis.
Yeah.
I love all the veggies in the background and stuff too. That was pretty fucking
Yeah,
good.
shout out to Chandra.
Yes.
Cage Brewing,
Yep. Cage. If I Brewed the World.
Steep Station.
Steep Station.
The
The
Bends.
Bends, and then
Yeah, looks
maybe one more.
Maybe.
We're still cooking. We're cooking a
Still
little.
cooking?
We're cooking a little final detail.
I'm happy to be at the Benz.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, because that's like a staple for the city right
Yeah,
now.
it is.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
alright, I'm gonna.
That would be awesome. So it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's right.
3 days. Who are some of the acts that you're most excited about? I mean, I know this, but I have to ask it for the sake. But who are some of the acts that you're most excited about having do this, like, and putting on, like, because this is like one of the most intense, craziest lineups I've ever seen for something.
Here's how I feel about it. I'm excited for every single human that gets to take the stage, just to emote, to express, to feel wanted within their expression. The amount of feedback that we've been getting from artists is just like it's insane gratitude, and it's just like you can tell that you're doing like big light work because it's so good for mental health for us to be able to like be us. And like we really like me personally, I do feel lost in St. Pete. I don't feel like I have a home anymore, so I'm like so excited to just like be chilling with a bunch of people that look like me, think like me, act like me, want to be like me, and diversify with other humans, meet new people, see new bands. Like I'm fucking stoked on everyone. Like straight up.
Yes, I second that. You know, I'm very much excited to see everybody do their thing. There are a lot of artists on this lineup because of COVID or because of city development and a lack of, you know, venues for their particular kind of expression that are going to be doing this for like the first time in a hot minute. So, you know, all that pent up energy, I think some people are going to be giving some of the best performances they've ever given.
Like a little baby vortex.
Yo, it's going to be crazy. People are going to be connecting, sharing ideas, meeting new people that perhaps they wouldn't be connected with otherwise. So, you know, we're looking at intergenerational connections, multicultural connections. We're also going to have a community village out there. So community initiatives, nonprofits, activist groups can be really connecting people to resources. And I think it's going to be really dope.
That's awesome. You guys accepting volunteers to help out with things? Is there a link that people can go to volunteer for things?
Yeah, you can. If you go on the website, you can click get involved. There's a volunteer application.
What is the website?
www.lastinstpete.org. Lastinstpete.org. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Lost in St. Pete. You have, Urban Drinkery, and then that across the street where you're going to have, was that the main stage there?
That's the Deuces.
That's
our main stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, see, I don't know. I'm not from St. I was born here.
That's the
but
main
I wasn't,
stage.
I didn't know much about this area.
It's the greater Deuces area, but that's Deuces Live right
Deuces
there.
Live.
I like that, like, the heart of it is in that side. You know what I mean? I don't feel like a lot of attention gets put over there nowadays. And if it is, it's not the right attention. You know, I feel like what makes me so excited about being or helping out with this is that I get to give back to people in the community that accepted me from the moment I came here.
Yes.
That giving them an opportunity to do things. The two parts that you have me running, I'm just so stoked about it and nervous about it at the same time. Like it's, gosh,
You got this.
No, I think that,
You're gonna crush
what we're all bringing, is really dope. And I do want to say, there are people there that, we personally just didn't know that have been there doing their thing, like 22 South, Manhattan Casino, those areas, those are still very, thriving, happening people and businesses and communities. So, I'm thankful and very grateful that they're welcoming us in. You know what I mean? That's their home, and we're just going to be as respectful and great stewards.
It's kind of like a showcase for them as well. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna be the businesses that are around there during this festival or when it's going on and things like that. Like with Urban and people needing drinks and things like that.
Yeah, we won't have a bar. We're sending everybody
Urban
over to
Drinkery is
Drinkery.
the beer and wine. That's it.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. Given it's such a it's such a wonderful feeling. Like I've been a part of many things. I've thrown my own shows, but I've never been a part of something like this. You know what I mean? It is such a wonderful feeling. You have something you want to add? You look like you.
It's gonna be dope.
I'm happy to feel that.
I'm trying to think of my set list.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Yo, we have to shout out Ian Tuma.
Yes, Joe,
Shout
for
out to
sure.
Ian
He's super
Tuma.
behind the scenes guy, but like I feel like you should like the way that we got in contact with Tuma is just like so beautiful. And,
Yeah. So, right after brother George Floyd was killed, there was a lot happening all around the world, with, people getting active. But, here in our city, we were marching, and I met Tuma through that,
I did as well.
He's very much, looking into participating in anti-racist action, and inspiring that in others through, putting his boots on the ground. So I appreciated that with Tuma, and we just developed a relationship, and it continued now into curating something that's really a diverse look at what St. Pete and Tampa Bay, our region,
Orlando,
is.
Miami, like we went out Lakewood, Atlanta, we just went
Gainesville.
as far as we could,
Yeah.
So let's say there was a Lost in St. Pete 2, a sequel to this.
When? Yeah.
Would you? Well, never mind.
You ran out of cards.
Yeah. No. St. Pete too, man. Like, how bigger would you want to go with that?
So this is the third installation of Lost.
Oh, is it really? Okay,
I'm
sorry.
I do want to say Lost Creations. They've done it twice before, and I believe it's always been kind of centralized in one venue,
like more underground. And this is the first like push out into like the world.
We're hanging it out there for everybody to see, like
taking these immersive experiences and just making it.
We'll
bigger.
go as far as it'll take us. We do not shy away from any mountain.
That is awesome. So before we sign off or anything like that, is there tickets? Do people just show up?
Yeah.
How is the whole process?
I'd say 80% of the shows are free. We want it to be as equitable as possible. You know, if you want to show up and rock out with us, just show up. 2 of the shows I believe are ticketed only. So that's our headlining shows with Torch and our headlining show with Trash Talk.
Okay.
All of the other shows are.
And those
free.
are going to be
at Lost HQ.
Lost HQ.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Awesome. That is amazing.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure people know how to pop up and where to get what they need to get. You know.
I'd say the easiest way is just get on IG, follow Lost and St. Pete and Lost Creations. Andy and Saint. And check out the link tree. There's links to tickets there, so it's super easy.
And we are diligently working on the schedule, which we know people really need.
I know. There's some artists watching us like, yo, what time is my set?
So, like, we're literally going to have that
I was
in our
watching
DM.
this so I would know what my set time is.
Yeah. We are working diligently to make that.
And anyone interested in getting tickets to this or those 2 events or just showing up, we're going to have links in the description on the YouTube channel. And in the comments on the Facebook, so you guys will be able to pull that up from there and stuff like that.
And to their music, their videos.
Everything getting linked.
There's also a visual art announcement coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
Who's doing that?
You'll see.
Oh,
you will see.
You just have to follow the puzzle pieces.
You have to follow the pieces.
Is that what the question? No, what's up with the question mark? Is that's they like for Lost?
That's just being lost. Yeah.
Okay.
Which you get Lost Boy,
Yeah.
Lost Boy Lounge, Lost in St. Pete, Lost Creations. We're all fucking lost. The synchronicity of all being lost. I guess.
But here we are.
There's a visual art element that we're gonna announce very soon. We're just hammering out the last part of the details.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Do I know this? I know this. Right?
You do know this.
You do know this.
You know this. You just don't know that you know this.
Coming soon.
This is good TV.
Yes, it is. So links in the description. You ready to sign off?
Yeah.
It's Jeremy, or I'm sorry. Holy shit, my governor.
Governor.
Wow.
Wow.
What just happened?
Feeling all right.
Now, what's your social?
Yeah. My password.
Go ahead and sign off with this one. Tanner.
Reeves.
Saint.
The
Lost Boy Lounge. Peace.
We're
thank
out
y'all.
this bitch.